The Omid and Kojo Show.
I'm here.
Oh my god.
I'm here.
Drinking your coffee, haven't you?
Bro, I'm in the house and I'm wearing shades, but give a fuck. Do you think I care? Do you think I care?
You look like such a rascal.
Bro, it's too dark. I can't take them off though. I just can't.
Alright, should we do a hot intro?
Yeah, go on. Do you want to do it on me?
You got the shades on, so you do it.
Hello and welcome back to the Omid Kojo Show live. And
Live.
today I'm Omid. And that, you know what? Today I'm going to be Kojo and you can be Omid. How about that?
Oh,
You reckon?
Omid. I know I'm from Dudley.
And I'm Kojo and I live my life through the years.
Don't you even start with the years, alright? Hold on,
Alright.
hold on. Kojo, does the tricking lab can teach a complete beginner's trick on the floor? Yes.
Yeah, man.
A 90-minute, 10-session program that you can follow. You follow each session, like what to do, and it teaches you a bunch of basic moves without needing a gym or a crash mat or a spotter. By the end of it, you can have gainer, aerial, raise, 540 kick, and a bunch of basic combos. And there's also like 850 other videos. So yeah, we got you covered.
Yeah. If you want to learn things, go on Kojo's Trick Lab.
But
If you
yeah,
want to become a scientist, get on the lab. Quick.
we have a tutorial on hurricane kick. Someone asked. And Willie D said KTL is worth it. And yes, it is. You would be mad not to at least try it and find out how much it can help. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What's
Be
wrong with
serious.
What's
All right.
I think it's
Topic. Omid.
Wow.
Omid.
Wow.
Omid.
Samuel.
I'm talking to you like, just like I'm trying to call out to you in Harborne.
Look, I'm down a tunnel. I'm down a well. Kojo, I'm trapped down a well. All right. Okay. So the topic.
All right.
What was it we were going to talk about to start with?
I wanted to talk about babes.
Oh yeah, whether tricks get the quimmin. Just as
Yeah.
Scar joins as well.
I know. I was gonna say. Speaking of babes,
Well,
Scar
this is
just
just-
joined.
I don't know. I think this is a really interesting topic because
Wow.
it's like if I don't know. I've seen a lot of comments over the years,
Look at
and it's what is that?
It's just pissing down outside. It's going
I like
mental.
those plants. Those plants.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been maintaining them. Well, my mom's been maintaining them. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not on it. But yeah. So about the babes. Now, people are always saying in the Facebook tricking group and stuff how gay tricks are and whatnot, and how it only attracts men. So we wanted to get to the bottom of this topic.
I mean, it's a juicy one.
Yeah. Do the babes or the men, if you're a girl, though we can answer that one. We can answer that one straight away. If you're a girl and you do flips, then loads of guys will love it. So yeah, solid.
100%.
But okay, for guys though,
Imagine they hated it though. Imagine men hated it whenever a woman could do tricks.
there's probably some really strict, devout, I don't know, religious person or something. Don't like to see women moving.
Not when you're in the Church of Shromid. If you're in the cult of Shromid, then everyone loves the flips. That's what we're all about here.
Check out that rain though. More interesting than this babe conversation.
Can you
Damn.
stop?
Okay. So, do girls like tricks? What do you think, Omid? We can talk about personal experience and things we've seen, and go for it.
Well, first thing, if you're a babe and you're watching this, then let us know. Scar's comment. Yeah, so if you're a babe and you're watching this, let us know, do you like tricks or not? Secondly, from my experience, it's actually just a really cool thing to kind of add to any interaction with anyone. But with women in particular, from my experience, they like it. They really like it. And I think it just depends on the way that you do it. Because, like, if for example, I went out on a date and I was always trying to get people, get the people that I was out on a date with to watch my flips, it'd be very different. And if you're constantly like throwing it at them and just being like, yo, I do these tricks, yo, then obviously it's not going to be received well. But that's because if you do that with anything, no one's going to care. So I think it's all about the delivery and
how weird about it people are. Yeah, because I think a lot of the people who complain about girls like not liking their tricks, it's because they're doing tricks with like the intention to like impress, which doesn't work. It's like if you're trying to force it down people's throats, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you don't want to be forcing. You don't want to be forcing. But
I tend
it's
to.
a conversation starter though. It's a conversation starter. It shows athleticism and skill, though I think it could be counterproductive. I think if you're doing a cheat 7 and you've got a trash cheat 7, it's worse than nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Like bad kicks, I think they look worse than you not being able to do anything.
But it's very different if it's just a flip. Like if you can do a bad gainer, it's still going to be pretty impressive because it's still just a backflip or whatever, or just, you know, like a bad backflip.
Ooh. Speaking of this, and as we've got Dilly in the live, let me just tell you Dilly's embarrassing story from today, because I'm that kind of friend. So Dilly was at the park. Dilly's no, I don't need to say his full name. Yeah, our mate Dilly, he was training his hook kicks at the park. He was kicking branches on a tree, and a hot babe with her dog was like nearby. So he wanted to do an extra high-powered hook kick, and he did it and fell onto his butt while she was watching, and she was trying not to laugh, but was laughing. Isn't that just the most Dilk story ever?
Yeah, that really hurt my feelings, and I'm not even Dilk.
Yeah.
You're nasty and hurtful. And also, Dilk told me to take the shades off, and I can't. I can't do it.
Okay, now.
They're glued to my face now.
Yo, back to the rain, though. How about that rain? Am I right? Anyone? How about the rain, though? Jesus. All right. Back to the discussion. Stop.
You see, this looks like a normal-sized nose.
Scar said, if you have sick tricks but lame personality, then it doesn't matter at all how cool your tricks are. And I think that's, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, though, because I've met some, I think guys, with impressing other men, then yeah, they don't care. You can have the trashiest personality ever, but if you got really good tricks, then they'll all love you anyway. I mean, I've seen that enough at gatherings, like with some of the best trickers. So
yeah, but I think also it's like with women, depending on how good you are, they might still respect it enough to give you that extra chance. You know what I mean? Because it is like if someone was like Guthrie or Shosei or something like that, and I'm not saying they're dickheads or anything because they're lovely, but if they were that level, I feel like it would, just because it's so impressive, I feel like it would give you that extra leeway. Maybe. Might be wrong. Not a scientist.
I don't know. It's a tough one. We all have, it's just down to individual experiences. I think a good backflip, like a backflip in the club or Webster, everyone likes that. Gets the people going, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Gets the people going.
10 switches as well. You bang out 10 switches on concrete. Like I did that. I didn't even do 10 switches. I did that like 20 minutes ago. I did like maybe like 5 corks to gainer or something, and people like to. I think it's also, I think it's a good way if you're doing things to a certain level. It can be an interesting introduction as well, because it makes you a little bit more approachable in some senses. Especially if you're going to be a bell end like me and doing it in public.
Well, I had just speaking of the public interacting during flips, I had some men doing some kind of online boomerang competition come and talk to me while I was training today. So they had all these cones set out, and you had to they're throwing this boomerang around the cones, and they had to record like how many they do in a row, and they were competing against people in like France and Germany and stuff. They were telling me all of this, by the way. I didn't ask. I didn't ask at all. But they came over, told me all of this, and then then I did a flip. He got me to we did this fake little trick. So I was holding the boomerang, I threw it, did a Webster, and then they threw me another boomerang and I caught it, and we made it look like it was the same boomerang. So that's what I was doing today with these old men. Yeah, yeah. But I made some mates though. I made some mates. Like we said, yeah, I'll see you around next time because they normally practice there, and that's my spot. So I've got the guy on his little motorized tricycle thing. I got the boomerang people. There's a couple of dog walk. There's this lady who keeps asking me what it is I'm doing. She's asked me 3 different times now. And the second time and today, she asked me like, are you the same guy I saw doing this before? I'm like, yeah, I'm the same guy. You saw me like last week. But yeah, she sees me every week. She asks what I'm doing. She asked if I had a website this time. And I was like, I actually do.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I didn't... the website wasn't what she wanted. She wanted to know what to search on YouTube. But she did ask if I had a website. But yeah,
well,
I hooked her up.
Today, I had 2 guys trying to give me a beer and he told me that. So I was wearing white socks, obviously, and
yeah,
I did a races in front of these hands, these like sculptures, this sculpture of some hands, and these 2 guys that were on a bench nearby drinking beers. They were just like, "Oh, do that again, just telling me, do it again." And he was like, "I'll pull your socks up first," and then the other one, the other guy went, "You know, if you wear white socks, it means you're gay." I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, you know what? I guess I'm gayer than anyone else then, because these socks are bright. They're brighter than my future."
Oh damn!
That's ridiculous.
They got you there.
Speaking of bright futures, I guess that's why I'm wearing the glasses inside. Future's bright. Future's Omid.
Church of Stromid.
All
All right, Omid, we've got we've got a really important question. Put it away. Put it away. We can't have shade Stromid. Not yet. Save that at the end. Come on. Come on now, Omid. All right, important question coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do not you come to Brazil?
I don't know. I'm scared. Scared of the COVID AI. Scared COVID's gonna wrap its deadly hands around me.
Scared of the COVID?
The COVID.
I want to go to Brazil.
I really want to go.
Might die. I don't want to die though.
I'm scared because I need to be careful when I go certain places. Like I need to remember where I am because I can't just be Omid. I have to be Alex. Because when I'm Omid, I'm gonna end up in the favelas and be like, "Can I join in this? I need to take my photo." I'll be laying on my chest in the favelas and just fucking
Omid in a favela,
doing the fucking getting a hot 10 and getting shot midway through.
Someone asked if we'd seen Shose's new video. Of course, we've seen it. We did a whole video talking about it. It was great.
Yo, did you see his double cork
quad?
Now, I need to say, it wouldn't load properly just as he was about to land. So my question is, was it fully rotated?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh,
you did it great.
God.
Did it great.
The double cork, dude, it was mad. I've never seen a double cork like that.
That floor as well. It's a straight up trampoline.
I told you,
brother. I want to go on it. I want to go to Japan just to train on that floor.
If anybody's not seen this clip, there's a clip in particular in one of my videos that actually highlights it, quite how bouncy it is. When immediately after we got to the gym when I was in Japan, not last year, the year before, Alexander was just jumping just to show how bouncy it was. He was jumping and jumping. He was jumping so high. And then I think he went to do a full, but he spazzed out and did like a fucking double full, super tucked, and he landed flat on his back. But when he hit the ground, he bounced like maybe 2 feet off the floor. Now, if you put that on pretty much any other sprung floor, go and check it out. It's on one of my first Japanese videos before the event, and it's fucked. Absolutely insane. I've never been on a floor like it.
I love bouncy floors. The guy said, "No, standing quad cork. It's been out an hour." First off, not a quad cork. It's off 2 feet. It's a full. Second off, the clip was in his sampler. We've seen it. And third off, I've seen that video an hour ago that he uploaded. I'm on top of it. I'm like a Shosei journalist. I wait outside the gym at night, filming through the window. Imagine someone just followed Shosei around all the time.
In more important news, there's some kind of creature in the room.
What?
I can hear it buzzing. Imagine it was just like a badger or something. Sorry, there's a fucking badger. No, I mean a bee or something. All right, carry on.
Imagine there's a badger in your room, and we just carry on. We just finish the live. It's just rummaging around in your things.
Sprinting around, and I'm like, fucking whoa. Oh God. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So should we go back to the original topic? What have your personal experiences been before Scar, obviously? Because obviously for you, it was actually like the best. Oh, here it is. Fuck's sake, the badger's back. No, get off.
Can you focus on me?
Bro, the badger, I'm sorry. Also, I need to explain, I've had so much coffee today.
Focus on what you're saying, man.
Yeah, so it was really good for you because you met your little Chilean because of tricks. And
True.
But prior to that, what were your personal experiences like? Was it I don't know, was it ever weird or good or bad? Like what was
they just I don't know, the thing that pisses me off the most, because you know I like being pissed off about things.
Is it how little they care?
No, because I don't care about someone. It's just if someone's condescending about tricks, and that's a big no for me. Yeah. Because I don't do that with anyone else's like interests, anyone else's passions or hobbies. I'm not like trying to put them down about it. So I found that was a problem because I don't know this. Not that many people know this, but women in England are pretty awful as a whole. Like most of them that I've met. And I didn't know this at first. I just thought that this is just what they're like. But then after traveling around to loads of different places, they're much nicer everywhere else in the world. Anywhere else I've been to, women are way nicer. In England, they're really in poor shape. They don't look nice and they're not nice. They're not very nice. Now, obviously, a couple of them are. I've met a few in my life, but most of them, I don't know. And this isn't just This isn't just Sam Kojo going off about this. This is a talked about thing. Like I've seen numerous comedians
in particular
have been to the UK and then talked about how bad like the situation is over there because. Like people from the outside, I've had other like foreign guests and stuff. People mention it to me, like how ugly and not nice the women are here, and it's true. It's really true. Like just from what I've experienced, and it's not just me saying it, but yeah, that's why I went abroad.
Oh, I can't say that.
Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I know. I need to be careful.
You can joke. You can make jokes, Omid. I know it's 2020, but come on.
I'm looking particularly white today, though, and I've got the shades on, so it's probably not a good way.
You got your nose out, though.
I know, and it does take up the room. Look at the size difference. But yeah, I don't know. My experience. The one thing that does really piss me off. I've not had it I think I've only had it once or twice with like, I don't know. Where someone's being condescending, and to be honest with you, I know almost immediately. I'll just be like, "Listen, I'm out." Like I've had experiences like that, and I've just been like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go."
Well, you get that. I think you get that with just people in general. If it's someone who doesn't have they don't have a passion or an interest, then it's very easy for I find those sorts of people. Those are the ones who are going to put you down about being interested in a thing because they don't have anything. So it's more them projecting the fact that they don't have something they're into. But still,
I've got no patience for it, though. Yeah, I've got no patience for it.
I know some people, I know people who trick or who have interests, who have friends who are like that. And it's like, nah, I think just cut them out completely. It's not worth having those people around. Yeah,
it's really not worth it. I mean, I don't know. I've been, I've been in situations in the past, and I had a similar situation where I was like this person that I was on a date with, and it was just from Tinder years ago, and I made a joke. So I was having coffee with my sister beforehand, and then I went over to a different coffee shop to meet. And I made a joke when I was with my sister, saying, "Oh, if it's going real bad, I'm gonna need you to call me with an emergency." And then it did, because it was, to be honest, I think it was the mood that I was in as well. But we were talking about her, and I was saying how oh yeah, I'm interested in what you're up to and the things that you're passionate about or whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, so what are you into?" And I was like, so I do this thing called tricking. And I gave the quickest explanation, less than 5 seconds. And she just went, "Oh, okay." and then just kind of looked at me, and I was just like, "You've never heard of this sport, and you've got not one follow-up question." And I went, and I kind of
Well, that's just people. You know, some people who don't know how to have conversations either.
Yeah, but she was fine when she was talking about herself. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, you know what? So I literally carried on the
Big Lou.
conversation.
Do you remember Big Lou?
Yes, I remember. But let me finish this. I carried on the
right.
conversation for like a minute, and I was like, I'm just gonna pop to the bathroom. Went in there, phoned my sister. I was like, yo, for real, call me in about a minute and a half. Tell me you got in some kind of, you broke up with your boyfriend or whatever, and I'm gonna come to your rescue. And so she did, and I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go. Because I was just like, fuck this. I haven't got patience for this today.
Well, that's fine. You prepared. You had an out. That was great. Now the Big Lou situation. So I've been known to be very impulsive, and I once booked a weekend in Amsterdam with a girl I met once.
You are ridiculous human being.
By the time we went, I already I just didn't like her. I just straight up, not even as a friend, I just didn't like this person. And it was a terrible experience the whole time.
Imagine she's watching this.
I don't know. It was she knows it was a terrible experience.
Yeah. You did some cool stuff while you were there, though. I know it kind of ruins it when you went to.
I went to the museums and stuff. Well, yeah.
Didn't you go to the ice bar, or was that most recent?
Nah, I didn't again. Not worth the money, but you know, big Lou. But yeah, she was like the least interested person about anything, though. It wasn't just tricks. Like I'd seen her multiple times at that point, and I'm pretty sure she didn't know what tricking was. But she just she just talked about her dad and her brother all of the time. It's really weird. Like that's all she would talk about. Huh?
Are you gay for your family?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, is there a name for that? Like,
yeah, incest.
I guess I was trying to think of I don't know.
Gay for your family. It's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've had some ridiculous experiences. I don't know though, because like any of my experiences on especially on dating apps, I feel like whenever I inbred as well, that was what someone commented, inbred. But yeah, whenever I've been on dating apps, I can't help but think a lot of the time the people on there just look like Phil Mitchell's knee, and it's just not the look. I'm just like, oh, come on, like fuck's sake, like. I don't know. It just doesn't excite me. I mean, I met my last girlfriend on there, and she was great, and she looked lovely, and she's a wonderful human being. But yeah,
I think you're better off meeting someone through an interest.
No, I know. I feel that. Yeah. Don't know. But
yeah,
I like it. I like it when people are into stuff, though. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter into something. It
doesn't matter what it is. Like, if you're into stamp collecting. Like there was a few years ago, there was this girl and she was like deep into I forget what it's called now. It's like kind of like landscaping, but on a smaller scale. She like actually entered competitions and shit like that. She got into it through her grandparents, and I was like, yo, that's sick as fuck. Like I've never heard of this. That there's competitions for like treating a garden. So I think everyone starts off with this patch of like soil, and you've got to create a flower bed in a particular amount of time. It's sick as fuck. I don't know. It's something interesting that you're into. If someone's interested in something, I'm just immediately more interested in them. Sandcastle building. Oh, that'd be great.
Well, I think the thing about that is, if they've got something interesting about, you know, if they're into something, then it's like you can talk about your progress with the thing you're interested in, and then they can talk about their progress with the thing they're interested in. But when they're not interested in anything, then it feels like you're just like the only one talking about what you're pursuing. And then you kind of feel like a dickhead because it's like, just always you talking about what you're doing. And because they're not doing anything, then it's not like a two-way thing. So I think that's the big problem.
It's kind of a telltale sign as well. Like, Carly 4 Mile.
Every live we get someone commenting about how they're from Chile. And I love it.
Bro,
need
we
more
need to
Chileans
go
in
to
the
Chile.
chat.
We need to go.
Yeah, we do. Everyone's going to tell us how they're from there. It's going to be sick.
Every single person. Oh, it was so funny at Neo. Oh, I can't remember who it was. I don't know, but there was just as we got to Neo one of the years, I was literally about half an hour before, we were talking about how everybody from Chile introduces themselves and tells you that they're from Chile. So immediately as we walk in, immediately as I walk into Neo, there's some guy and I'm signing up and stuff, and he comes over and cuts into the conversation and goes, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Omid. I'm so and so from Chile." It's just like, I don't even care because you're from Chile. I don't give a. Oh, it's Irad, yeah.
Irad, legend. I like Irad. Went to a diner with him.
Yeah, me
Right,
too.
let me respond to one of these. Let me respond to Dylan because Dylan's coming in hot. Dylan says, the fact that Kojo's facial hair is uneven is really annoying. You know what, Dylan? Deal with it. All right? You're going to have to deal with it. You want to watch his face? It's going to be uneven. I'm going to make it more uneven for the next one. Just you wait, Dylan. Huh?
Someone said, petition to shave Omid's head. No.
Imagine.
Nobody wants that. I'll look like an Achilles. I'll look like an Achilles from head to toe. Imagine an Achilles 6 foot tall. That'd be me.
or we've got some input from James Tall Clawson. Getting into tricking has made my relationship with my wife better because I'm happier and I'm more interesting to her. See, that's awesome.
Good.
That's
I'm glad
awesome.
to
It
hear that.
happens. Yeah, the wives are into it. Like when I used to teach big Paul, 50-year-old man who could jump really high.
Sweet
when
Paul.
I used to teach one-to-ones to him, he told me his wife loved it. She
That's
loved the
true.
flips. I got clips for him. I got clips of him like hitting the backflip so he could show his wife.
That's sick. Well, you know, like, at the old UTX, this must have been like 6 years ago now, maybe 7. I hadn't been training that long, but it was when I was going to the gym during the day, back at the old UTX. I used to teach privates, not very many, but it was like once every few months, I'd teach this couple, and they were both, I think, 58 and 59 or something like that. And
What?
they had
When was this?
figured out, bro.
I didn't see
was
them.
like old UTX. Nah, because I used to teach them during the day. This was back when I worked at Costa. I'd teach them randomly in the middle of the day when I'd like have a break in my shift and I'd go and train, and they'd just come along and I'd do a private, and then I'd go back to work later in the day, and they had it figured out. They'd do it together. They were so happy. They'd spend half of the year in the UK during the summer, and then in the winter they'd spend it in either New Zealand or Australia. I can't remember, but they just did mad shit. They were like, what is it? Is it not hang gliding? You know, where you hold on to like a rope and they pull you behind on the boats. They used to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
and you're flying.
Yeah. They just do like summer sports like all year round. And they just wanted to learn flips. I got the guy doing. I got the guy doing like front flip to his ass, and the woman was doing like B kicks and stuff. Dude, it warmed my heart. They were laughing the entire time. They had it figured out, bro. Nearly 60, and they were just killing shit.
That's gonna be me and you, Omid. It's gonna be me and you.
And everything goes to taste.
Oh, we got Sun God Sol in the chat. So Sun God Sol, he's who I gave my last burgundy lab rat t-shirt to. Yeah.
Sun God Sol.
Sol.
Okay. Sol.
He's got my last one.
Where's
you
he from,
appreciate
Spain
that,
or
Sol? Huh?
Is he from Spain or Portugal?
No, it's America. All right. Omid, your audio's gone.
Huh?
Oh, it's back.
Is it back?
Yeah.
Bless
Okay.
you.
Tricks Matt said Omid has already shaved his head, and he's awful with that. I agree. I think you do look bad.
No, I
Nah,
do.
it's
I
true.
do.
But you've got a lovely head of hair, so you don't need to worry about that.
No, I
And
know.
you look much better. You might look much better with longer hair on it.
Yeah, I want it. I do want it short though. I want to have it like quite a lot
Why?
shorter, just because it's nice to have a break.
Why?
Like, I don't mean like
But you're
shaved
not
head.
gonna
I
look
just
like.
mean.
But you won't look like a TikTok dream boy.
Oh, nah, but then when it grows out again, I'll go through different. You know, I like changing it up a little bit. I want to look like. What will I look like? I want to look like some kind of shorter haired man. I can't think of anything, but yeah. Someone said Leo.
What?
Leo said
What?
while we were talking about relationships and stuff, he said it's ruined the relationship with my back. Not gonna lie, thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's like that with my ankle. We don't get on.
Yeah, me and my groin, me and my adductor, my groin, not pals. That's interesting though. Hearing about the guy, his relationship with his wife's got better. I think it is important, especially like as you get later on in life, not to like, I don't know, do nothing, because it's really easy to do nothing when you're older, because you got wife and job, and you get tired easier, and you just like, you know what, like I've been working all week, I just want to chill out. Oh, look at that, boy's rosy.
I forgot to turn my light on, but yeah. Oh, what are you reading about the TikTok hair?
Yeah.
Omid, I think you should I think you should have a TikTok just for you, like swishing your hair.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I'll do all the dance moves.
I think the young girls would love it.
I'll...
Yeah, you could do little dances and swishing your hair. Oh, they love that.
I think the only way that I could get away with that is if I made it like, if it was super funny to me. Like, that's the only way I could manage doing that. But I just don't know if I could without my cringe level, like, making me die.
That's what make it funny, though.
Oh, I don't know.
So
I don't know about
Omid looks like an overgrown TikTok e-boy. I love that people are catching on now to how much of a TikTok e-boy you
need to stop that. I will shave my head if that's the path that I'm going down. Don't you dare speak about.
You look terrible with a shaved head.
I'd rather that than looking like an e-boy.
People are gonna think like when I said I was 40, people believed me. That's what it's like having this hair. People believe you when you say you're 40 years old. All right, you don't want that. No one wants that.
Oh, bro, started using Twitter again because I keep just, I don't know, I always use Twitter, but I don't like post on there. And it's like every 9 months, I go on like a posting, I tweet so much for like a day, and then I don't post again for like 9 months. But I like it because when I'm super caffeinated, I have all these mental thoughts. Well, they're not that mental, but I think of random shit and I want to say it to someone. But if I'm alone, I just tweet it. So people are going to do that more often. Because I've got no followers, it's like I'm talking to myself. So it's like just hearing myself, just talking. I don't know. It's great.
That's weird that you do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I say I've got no followers. I've got like 100 and something.
I like that you do it though. It's
really funny because I think I just look back, like one of the funniest things. So I tweeted when I was in New York a couple of years ago, and I could just see where the tweet was, and I completely forgot about this. But I remember I was walking through Brooklyn, and I was just like, every single person, I'm not even joking, for 5 minutes, every person I saw, man, woman, child, and dog, all looked like lesbians. And I was blown away by it. So I had to tweet it, and I just scroll through my Twitter every now and again, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. It's just like remembering random thoughts that I've had.
The diary of Omid. I love it. Oh, by the way, if anyone has anything that's gonna set me off on a rant, please comment it, because I'm in a ranty mood and nothing's coming up for me to rant about, really.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a ranty mood.
Yeah. Someone said I should get Alexander's hairstyle.
Yeah, I was just reading
I don't know. I can't be asked with that one. It's not that fun. Let's all make fun of Kyle's weak ankles. Now that's something I can get on board with.
Nah, you shouldn't. It's like
Glass ankle Skelly.
you shouldn't mock another man's injuries. There's a line. There's a line.
That's
I
true.
think.
Yeah, but when you've got bad ankles
when you
yourself,
pals,
it's like
oh yeah, it's kind of like
it's like the N word.
yeah, it's like if you're a particular race. Like I can cuss out Iranian people. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Someone said I don't think a double. Someone said I don't think a double cork has been done in the Philippines, bro. Listen, those locals are gonna be shown. They are gonna be shown.
I'm sure there's Filipino trickers. I feel like I've seen them post before in the tricking group and stuff. There must be. And double cork's like a base level trick. There's, you know, it's not like that hard.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna be shown. I want to go to every country on earth and show the goddamn locals. It's just gotta happen.
You're just so motivated. You should make a video, like Arnold Schwarzenegger motivation like video about how you want to show every local insane flips, and it could be in like black and white, and it could have epic music, and it's you working out, ready to like show the locals, you know?
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, yo, Jonas just said, Omid, I sent you a picture of your lookalike. Bro, he looks more like me than I do. Well, not anymore. Back when I had a mustache. I'm not even joking. It's ridiculous.
Is it in your camera roll?
Nah, I didn't save it. It's just in the chat. I'm sorry. Also, I won't be able to do anything with it now anyway. Bro, it's so sick.
You need to send that to your mate ASAP.
I will. Also, okay, so I was talking to Kojo about this a little while ago. We love it when people draw us. We really love it. It's so good. And I think it's so funny that somebody would spend the time drawing us. Could draw anyone on earth, but they drew us. So
there have been some
if you
good
want to
ones
get featured, and so one thing that I've got a plan, I want to do a limited edition run, either for the Omid Kojo show or for Soul Piety, and it'll just be like a super limited number of like a collage of all of the best drawings of us over the years. And if you want to add to that and you want to be a part of it, if you do a good one, it can either be funny or actually like a good drawing, and send it to us and we'll feature it on the live. You might end up being on a t-shirt. So yeah, do that because
please.
I love
yes. Please do that. Oh, what have you been doing today then, Omid? Where did you go?
Doing flips. I'm all over the gaff, brother. Yep. I'm all over. I was in Worcester for a minute.
You went to Worcester?
Yeah, I just kind of started driving, and it was just like, well, there's nothing to do, Brad. I'm trying to fucking...
You could train.
Well, no. I wanted like locations to get stuff to promo for the pre-order. So anyone who cares, which obviously you all care, I'm doing a pre-order because anyone who bought anything from the latest release for Soul Piety, I appreciate you. And if you didn't buy anything but your size was sold out, I'm going to be doing a pre-order, I think on Monday, maybe Tuesday, and it'll be for a week. So if you want to grab something, then do so. But today I was going around just on concrete trying to get some Instagram I can't speak. Instagram clips to promote it. So yeah, I found some cool spots though. Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? How was your session?
My session was blessy. All right. I've got something to talk about actually.
Okay.
So this is something that the old COVID has taught me. Wet grass is actually pretty good. Like, I'm liking the wet grass more because in the UK, it was sunny like every day for a few weeks and the grass got super hard. It was just like concrete. I actually preferred, I'm preferring this wet grass. As long as it's not actually raining at the time, it's pretty nice. Like, I don't slip. If you're barefoot on wet grass, if it's like decent grass and it's not kind of muddy, then you don't really slip, and it's way softer on your joints. So it was just more enjoyable to trick because it didn't hurt after every trick. But yeah, that's something I never thought I'd say, but I'm actually happy it's been raining. I've been liking the wet grass better than the dry grass.
There is a key part of that that you're kind of missing as well that I think should be pointed out to anyone who's now thinking, yo, I'm just going to get out on the soaking wet grass and just slip my legs off.
What? The drainage?
Kojo's going to the top of a pretty big hill, and there's natural drainage.
There's a swamp underneath it.
Yeah, so there's and also because of the football pitches that are at the top, I think there's also going to be like additional like man-made drainage. I mean, there usually is with football pitches. Somewhere around, when there's a bunch of them, there'll be like some kind of drainage system so the pitches don't get too waterlogged during the season and stuff. See, used to be a footballer, me. I know shit.
Wow, such insight. See, that's what the people come for, that kind of insight, you know?
Of course. You need that inside scoop on football pitches in the UK.
But yeah, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. What do you guys think of wet grass? Like, it has to be the right type of grass, because there is another park that if I went to that one, I wouldn't be able to trick because I'd be sinking in after every trick. But on top of this hill, it's pretty great. It's not sinky grass, and yeah, it's great. Someone said, but how do you block then? And I block the same as normal. It's like hard enough. Soft. Yeah. Tips on solo tricking on a daily. Go out, trick.
What daily. Do you mean? Like, specify what you mean. Is it a motivation issue, or is it like you prefer vibing with people? Because that's something I think you and I are really lucky in that regard. Because not only do we call each other and talk about our sessions and stuff, which is kind of, to me, I would much rather talk after the session about the session as opposed to talking during the session. But we're also really lucky that we actually like actively enjoy solo sessions. I always have. And even during days when we've got, gym access whenever we want, I still want to kind of have solo sessions or just with you. Because it's kind of the same when I have a session with you sometimes, like the majority of the time. It's kind of like having a solo session because we know what the kind of vibe is and the etiquette of like, don't talk too much and don't get in the way and all this kind of shit. So for me, we've been really lucky in our solo endeavors, if you will.
Yeah, well, this is one of those where, like most things, the whole reason for my website and stuff is I can give a lot of insight on a lot of parts of tricking. Like, I can help you out if you want to get over fear, if you want to get better at believing in yourself and your ability to land tricks, if you want to get a trick that you've lost, I can help with all of that stuff and technique. But when it comes to motivation, I find it really hard to help people with that because I've never once struggled with that. Because the way I like to describe it is I see tricking like eating a really good meal. Like, you don't need to be, like, who needs to get motivated to eat their favorite meal? And that's what it's like tricking for me. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I've never not been motivated to do my favorite thing. I love doing it. So I can't really relate to people who are struggling with tricking motivation. So I'm not very good at like helping people with that one. I'd say that's my weakest area in like teaching.
Well, I think it's something that I definitely have experienced, and it's mainly because there have been periods where I've doubted myself, because that's usually what it comes down to. It's like I'll doubt my ability to overcome an injury, or I don't know, it's something of that kind of nature. Or when I was first getting into tricking, I would doubt myself because of the plateaus, because I hadn't been doing it long enough, and I'd never done anything else where I'd experienced plateaus quite to the same extent. But they did make me kind of waver in terms of the way that I viewed tricking until it was really like solidified in my mind. Whereas the way you describe it is pretty true for me.
Yeah. But like, I think a lot of that with the plateaus and stuff is like perspective, really. Because I could definitely say like, oh, these past few months, yeah, I've not improved, I've plateaued or whatever. Because yeah, I haven't really done a new move. I haven't done a combo that I couldn't do before, but I've been feeling like I've improved loads.
No, I feel
because
that.
I've just been improving the way I do things and the ease in which I do things and how good I can do different moves. So yeah, I think if you change the way you look at it, then that can really help. And
That is something different, though. Sorry, that is something difficult because it's like, in order to do that, I think it takes knowledge and experience. You can't just all of a sudden have this thing.
that's
But it
true.
kind of leads me on to like an interesting topic of discussion, I think, because this again, I can't relate quite the same way when people say like, I don't, I'm struggling with the motivation or whatever. Because my issue is, I struggle with resting, but.
Yeah.
And that's always been the case. From the second I started tricking, I've just wanted to do it until I can't walk, and then I want to keep doing it. But it's like, what if because if people want to do it, but they don't want to do it quite as much as they would like to, what does that mean exactly? Because it's like, you want to be motivated, but first of all, I think a lot of the time, motivation is a choice. Because it's just a case of doing something or not doing something. But if you want to be motivated and you're not, or you want to do tricking but you don't, what is that?
I think a good example, a good way to understand it is think about, let's say you wanted to, like wanting to go to the gym first thing in the morning. Now you want to go to the gym, you enjoy going to the gym, but it can be hard if you're trying to go at like 6 a.m. or something. So
Yeah,
I think it's kind of like that sort of feeling.
I guess so, but do you think it's like with tricks and stuff? Like, do you think it's maybe down to like people feeling as though they should? Because like, do they feel as though they should be more motivated, but they're just not? But then, does that tell you if you're not that motivated, maybe you're just not as into it as you thought? I don't know. I'm literally just kind of musing here because I don't really understand that idea with tricking. Even with your gym analogy, I just think it's a little bit different.
I don't really know what you're saying.
Well, it's fun, isn't it? Going to the gym isn't like it's not as fun as tricking. No, it's not as fun as tricking.
But I was thinking like maybe they see tricking like that.
Okay.
So like still fun because you enjoy going to the gym, but it's not as fun as trick. It's not like if you don't do it for a week, then you're aching to do it in the same way. Like it's much easier to go without. But yeah, I wanted to respond to one of these. Kojo, how do you structure your personal life, especially your relationship and tricking? So luckily because of my job, like this isn't just something that was handed to me as well. This has been, and when did I leave the office? 2014? I think 2014. So it's been about 6 years I've been working towards being able to organize everything in my life. Like not having to be in a certain place at a certain time. Because then I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of tasks, but I decide when I do them. And if I do that, then that means I can kind of shuffle things around to make sure I have all the time I need for training, to make sure I have all the time I need to spend with Scar, my lovely Chilean girlfriend, and all the time I need to do my work. So I think flexibility is the key there. I think getting into some kind of work, or if you're studying or whatever, just trying to move your life towards things that you have control over. If you try and get like freelance work rather than a 9 to 5, because if it's like a full-time 9 to 5, it's so restricting for everything in your life. Yeah, just trying to get the right sort of job, really. That's what I've done and how I managed to manage all of that. And actually, that's different. But yeah, nowadays I get up really early every day, and that helps with getting everything done.
Well, one of the things I was just about to mention is your willpower, dedication, and your kind of your structure, the way that you will implement structure into your life based around tricking. That's the key, because like even when you initially left the office and stuff, you were like, okay, I need a job, and the perfect job for me is going to be something revolving around tricking or flips. So got a job in a trampoline park.
It's not how it went.
Eh?
That was several years later.
What do you mean?
I left the office and then I worked coaching at UTX. for years, Omid. You lived with me when I was doing that for
Yeah.
years. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought you were doing that. I thought you were doing that at the same time. I'm sorry. But either
Well,
way,
I did.
it's like still part of it. It's the same thing.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. I got a job that immersed me in like, my job was working on a spring floor. So that meant whenever I wasn't coaching, I was getting quick sessions in. And then after that, yeah, I got a job at a trampoline park. So my job was being bouncing around on trampolines. So just trying to structure things in a way where you're surrounded by what you want to do. Like and even now, my work, when I'm doing work, I'm normally studying technique for tricks and learning how to explain them really well. Like that's a big part of my work. So that helps my tricks. I've always just tried to make my work benefit tricking. I try and make everything benefit tricking. Like Scar, my girlfriend, she benefits tricking too because she does tricks. We're both into it. We can talk about tricks. We can stretch together. We can go to the gym together. We can session together, tramp together. So it's like I've just made everything in my life benefit my tricking training. And it didn't happen straight away. It's just over the course of about 6 years, it's slowly like transformed to be that. And also before that, living with triggers too. Yeah, so just kind of, I think if you put your passion ahead of everything else, I think everything else just falls into place over time. If you work hard enough at your passion. Because there's people who put their passion first, and I know plenty of trickers who do this. They train really hard at tricking, and then they just sit around smoking weed the rest of the time. And it's like, yeah, you're putting work into your passion, but that's not gonna like get you that far. You have to be putting loads of effort into your passion, and then all of these other things that benefit that, put a load of effort into them as well, and then it will turn into something. So it's like you got to put a lot of work in, but it's easy to put a lot of work in when you put work into something you love. If you love everything you're doing, it's easy to be doing it all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same for me. I mean, obviously, I'm in a slightly different situation because I also have a normal job right now, but soon I won't again, and I'll just be doing YouTube and clothing and all that kind of shit. So it's like, I don't know, like all of the additional things, they are things that I'm passionate about. Like I wouldn't be doing the clothing and the videos and stuff like that if I didn't love it, but they are all to aid my tricking because the money that I earn from those things just means that I get to train and structure my life around my training and around doing the things that I love. So once I'm back to a certain point with everything else, then I'm just going to be doing that. And all of my life will be centered around my training again. Because right now there's a large portion of my life where I can't do that. But even saying that, especially working at home at the moment, I'll just be on my laptop doing my normal job, but I'll be stretching at the same time, or I'll be rolling when I'm on a call or something like that. And it's like, yeah, you just kind of, you find those ways. Like you used to do this as well. Like in one of my old jobs, I used to go to the bathroom and stretch in the disabled bathroom.
I used to condition in there as well, do like pistol squats and shit.
And like even when I had my ACL done, when I went back to work after that, I was just, especially because it was more of a thing, I told my manager, I was like, listen, man, like my PT has told me I need to do these exercises at my desk, like every hour on the hour. So then I just kept that going for a long ass time. And even when the PT was like, yeah, you don't need to do it anymore, I was just like, I'm gonna just keep doing it because it's gonna benefit me. And also my manager's not gonna say shit. So it gave me the freedom to do that kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's just about your approach, isn't it? Like mindset towards everything.
Yeah.
Just putting tricking first. Let me respond to this question. Kojo, is it cool to have a girlfriend who's doing the same sport as you? Yes, I think so. Like, obviously, you need the right one. And there were some things that are annoying at first because, I don't know, with all of my friends who I train with and stuff, I'm always going pretty hard on everyone, pushing them to, like, not be a bitch. And you can't do that with your girlfriend. It gets you into trouble. So I had to learn that. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty great, to be honest. Just being able to like share clips and talk to someone about tricks, like talk about what you're interested in. And that's not all I talk about, but it's good that I can talk about that without feeling bad or feeling like I'm boring her. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
People talking about TGF. Yeah, they used to come to Rush all the time, actually. Yeah. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, I like TGF. They're ridiculous human beings, absolutely ridiculous. But I do like what they do, most of it anyway.
Yeah.
Going off the back of what started this whole conversation was, oh no, it was one of the previous things. Kid Clark said, what was it? I've been tricking every day for 2 weeks. What? 2.5 weeks for 3 or 4 hours. It's my passion. I've only been doing it for 2.5 years. I usually have my brother there to crucially criticize, to help me. Now, first thing, you need to be your own critic, because you're not always going to have someone else to tell you. So best thing, just use your phone. Film yourself, watch yourself, and just kind of gain a real understanding as to what you are capable of currently and where you want to get to, and then just be super critical of yourself. Not to the point where you like hate yourself, because trust me, I've been there. We all have. Right? We can all speak on watching our tricks and just being like, oh, I wish I'd never done any of that. But you got to go through periods of just being really hard on yourself if it is your passion and you want to get better. Now, someone just said, imagine wearing sunglasses indoors. Now, when you're in the Church of Stromid, it doesn't matter. You can do what you want.
Some of us don't have to imagine, you know? Some of us don't have to imagine.
Oh, I need to get you a pair of shades.
All right. So, someone's asking how to start tricking in Saudi Arabia. There's no club in my country. You don't need the club. Just go. You can learn it anywhere. I'd say great trick to start with, butterfly kick. Look it up. I got a tutorial on Kojo's Trick Lab YouTube. Yeah, start with that. That'll get you going. Right.
Yeah.
How to avoid ankle pain when doing flips on carpet. Why carpet, man?
I'd be more concerned.
Yeah, I think just conditioning your ankles is good, and making sure you have good technique on tricks is good. So if you're landing really sketchy and it's hurting your ankle, practice the stage before that trick a lot and get it really good, so that when you're doing the next level, like if you're doing cork and you're landing really low, practice doing gainers so that you can do a good cork, and then you won't hurt your ankles as much. That kind of applies to everything all the way through tricking. Omid, put your tail away.
I don't have to worry about ankle pain.
You just get tail pain.
Yeah, everyone should sign up to Kojo's Trick Lab, because it is the best thing for you, honestly, no matter what your level. And I know I know he's my mate, and I'm always talking about this kind of shit as well, even though it's not my website, but it is just great. Like, if it was anybody who's doing a good thing, if they're doing it well, I'm going to tell people to sign up, because it's good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell people, because it's like, it's me saying it, but it's like, if I could choose to not have Kojo's Trick Lab, if I could just be someone else who was starting tricking now, I'd much prefer that. If I could have had the website, like if I could have just been a member of it when I started, that would be great. Instead, I've got to make all these videos. It takes up all my time. It stresses me out to no end. I've got to deal with taxes and all of that. Like,
it does stress him out.
I'd rather be in your position. I would rather be in your position. I'd rather be a member than the person who's running it.
I use it all the time as well. I think it's great.